Hello, and welcome to On the Couch with Noreen Measure, your masters in wealth creation. On the Couch, or OTC as we call it, is a fun, no hold back space where we talk about anything. And when I say anything, nothing is off limits. So, what are we trying to do? We're trying to create a different kind of wealth, which is knowledge. I am Mario, and I'll be your host for this episode. So, what are we talking about? We're talking about mental health. And Nigerians crazy. I have with me here my amazing colleagues, Emeka, Ngozi, and Timei, and they'll be talking about this. So, Emeka, what do you think, Nigerians? Are they crazy or this is a matter of mental health?
Neither. I don't think Nigerians are crazy, nor do I think that they have mental health issues. I feel like Nigeria is one country that some of our citizens are poorly behaved. I feel like majority of the bad things we see in Nigeria cannot be attributed. I think it's an excuse to attribute it to mental health or craziness. I feel like at the root cause of it is indiscipline. And if you go back into the history of Nigeria, you find out that some of our political leaders realized it on the onset. That was why they came up with several programs. One of them was the WAI, War Against Indiscipline. Back then, military president or head of state, Buhari.
That's a fine take. So we are just poorly behaved. Okay, Timei, what do you think? Is this a matter of bad behavior or we're actually?
I think that there are a lot of mental health issues that are being undiagnosed. I think in a country like Nigeria, where people clearly don't believe in mental health issues, we cannot diagnose them and then treat them. So there are people that are unwell, that are moving around on the street, and we are thinking this person is crazy. But this person is actually mentally, clinically diagnosed or undiagnosed since we are here as somebody that's unwell. And these are the kind of things that we need to check.
Yeah, very, very interesting take there. Maybe most of us actually need to see the doctor. What do you think, Ngozi? Are you split sides now? Where do you come in?
Well, I'm going to talk on both sides. Okay, let me take the scenario of driving on the road, and then you just see somebody. You're supposed to be going by your left, and then you're on the right, just crossing the first lane, second lane, and then going to the last lane. It's not a normal thing. And because in Nigeria we don't feel like mental health is anything. So if it's stay abroad, they will take you for mental check to know if actually you are okay or not. So Nigerians, we can be crazy at any point in time.
That's a good one. Emeka, so she's saying that some of us it's a situational thing and it's just a coping mechanism because there are a lot of crazy people out there and we are reacting, we are responding to what these people are doing. May is saying that we actually need to see a physician and maybe get help. What do you think about that? Do you think this is an excuse or these people are actually in trouble?
They didn't know where I stand on these things.
Yeah.
This is an excuse.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. Somebody tells you that they're bad temper, that's why they beat up their wife. Right? If it was the general that was standing in front of him, would you also beat the general because he's bad tempered?
Okay.
He won't. Why won't he? Because he knows the repercussion of beating the general.
Yeah.
And in fact, I put it to you that if his wife could beat him up,
he will
not even beat the wife. So you find a situation where people have all sorts of excuses. The reality of the matter is that people do things that they can get away with.
Right.
It takes discipline to do
so because of the society or
that
something.
you can get away with and still not do it. There are all types of discipline, just like in finance now. When you can buy something but you choose to save, you're just saving it because you want to prepare yourself for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you could also splurge and buy it. Same way too with temperament and some of these things that will come and day-to-day activities. So people can restrain or constrain themselves, but they choose not to. So we have a situation, a society especially, that looks like it supports or tolerates or accommodates people with bad behavior.
Scenario. Imagine a young boy, he had a family and he was constantly abused by his parents, constantly beating him up in such aggressive ways, the way they will be criminals. Because we don't believe in mental health, and of course his family wouldn't too, it would have gone unchecked. So he grows up with these pent up anger issues and this constant reaction to beat somebody
Body,
that
yeah.
he feels is lesser than him, somebody that is weaker than him, then it will directly translate into his marriage. It will directly translate into anybody that he deems weaker than himself. So in that kind of situation, obviously he's not going to beat a soldier because he doesn't see the soldier as weaker than himself. But this is PTSD. This is a direct reaction from the things that went unchecked when he was a child.
growing up,
So now that can be seen as a mental health issue, don't you think?
If he
No,
sees a
it's not so.
therapist,
Can I
they
tell
would
you
have
why
been
it's not
able to
No,
address
see,
Exactly.
I feel like in Nigeria, I feel like in Nigeria we've attributed a lot of things to all these big fancy words that we coined in the last few centuries, the last few.
So you're saying,
Many of our parents grew up under harsh conditions.
yeah,
And in the idea of, or with the perception of the idea, right, that of the philosophy around what I passed through, I wouldn't like my kids to pass through.
Yeah.
We found out that they have allowed,
relaxed.
they've relaxed on certain things.
Yeah.
And those kids too have grown up too and have relaxed on certain things. And that's how the morality or the society or what we consider as the right things of the non-society have actually become porous.
It's just bad
So it's
behavior,
bad
you say.
behavior.
Okay, so I think that bad behavior and mental health issues can be mutually exclusive. While many times your mental health issues can directly affect how you behave and make you do indisciplined things. There are people that are badly behaved, yes, I've said that. But there are people that are actually mentally ill. Imagine me now, like the example that Ngozi gave.
Yeah.
I have ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, where my attention keeps skipping. I know that I'm supposed to be on the third lane, but I'm here as I'm driving. I see something pass, I want to look, or there's a bird in the sky, I look. It's not because I want to be distracted, but because it's a mental health issue that I don't even know I have. And of course, there are no systems in place to even check me when I'm trying to get my driver's license because we don't believe in mental health issues. So nobody knows. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that I'm unwell. Neither do I. So I end up in a situation where I now have to swerve because it's too late for me to enter the lane the way regular people will do it. So we're going back to the same thing. Some people can be badly behaved because they are affected by their mental health issues, and the fact that we're not even like saying that, oh, we're not acknowledging the fact that these issues are there. We're going to keep having these underlying problems.
Okay.
So Chesney said something right now, and the person acknowledged that they themselves have attention deficit disorder. Now, you said it as well.
Let's
You
hear.
know that if they see any small thing, they lose track of this, they focus on other things.
Okay.
What is that kind of person doing on the road?
Hmm.
That should really tell you that we have a society that allows everything to go on. What is that person for you to pass?
What should they do? What should they do?
For you to pass and get a class license, you have to be not only deemed physically fit, but you also have to be deemed mentally fit. But there are people that just are poorly behaved, and for the good part of Nigerians, I guarantee you that 95% of them that we see are poorly behaved.
Yeah.
In fact, this attention deficit disorder, something. If you check it in Nigeria, if you 200 million people in Nigeria, then it's going to be 0.00001% of them. And maybe the person you even see is going to be in the village somewhere sitting down. I'm sorry to say, but it's not enough reason for you to come out, because if you knew that if you do this thing, they will shoot you, which person will do it? Even madman self, I saw a situation where madman they carry cutlass to chase madman started running.
Yeah.
Why did the madman run? Say he has lost sense and everything, but when he carry cutlass, he no cutlass to kill and he started running. Why? You should have stayed there now.
So you're saying discipline is the way, and I think most of these things are coping mechanisms. People are just trying to cope. What do you think about that? Do you think people are trying to cope? That's why they are abusing drugs? And
Yeah, most people actually need someone to talk to.
okay.
They are doing, most of them that are drinking or smoking
Talk
or
to
doing funny
Jesus.
things, they are not doing it because they want to do it. Most of them are just mentally stressed.
Trauma.
Yeah, or trauma, going through one or two things that they need to talk to somebody. They need to talk to a therapist. You know, and that's when the mental health comes in. Yeah, that most of us in Nigeria, we don't like going for mental checkup or something, and because of the stigma, they say, oh, I'm okay. Everybody feel like they are okay, but when you check mentally, most of us are stressed because there's so much happening. So some of us are mostly stressed, and just one or two checkup can just, they can just tell you what to do and then you're fine. But because of that, everybody feel, okay, I'm mentally okay, I'm okay, and then most of us are not.
Nice angle. Timei, what do you think? How can we manage? So let's say, these people are actually drained of there. They are, how can they manage what they are going through?
It's not even, let's say, many people are.
Okay.
Like the example I gave
How do you know
earlier.
many people are?
Okay, hold on now.
Which statistic are showing many people are?
That's the problem. See, that's even the first problem that we're having. That's the first problem
There's
that
a
we're
whole
having.
lot.
Many people are are depressing, people are suicidal, many people are going through all these things. But the fact that mental health is not something that is acknowledged in Nigeria, there are not even enough studies within the country. However, in several other countries across the world, there's so many studies that show that several people, quite a number, I cannot give a specific number, like 1 in 5 or something, but quite a number of people have mental health issues. But we cannot even say the same thing of ourselves because we are not acknowledging it enough to do a report. You're talking about enforcing policies to make sure that people are not out of line. What happens when the underlying reason why I am out of line is because I am mentally unstable? If you put up a policy that, okay, I'm not supposed to cross the road when the light is red, and I'm crossing the road because maybe I'm schizophrenic, and I saw my friend across the road telling me, come now, come, it's safe. Do you understand? And I now run across. So even if there are policies to put me in prison or make me pay a fine for doing something like that, there's no guarantee that I won't do it again because I am inherently mentally unwell.
So now that person already knows that what the person is going
What
through.
if he doesn't know?
How can you say it's not?
Yes,
So,
okay,
no,
sorry.
I want to say there are two ways to this. First and foremost, some of these things you need to go and look. Listen, I'm going to tell something now and it's real. You need to go to the church. Some of these things, you need to go to the church. Now, the second of which is that if you cross the road and you see that maybe you want to see somebody and you go there and the person is not there, at some point you tell yourself that something is psycha is in the air. So you need to go and check yourself. You see, when people claim that they have mental issues and they are misbehaving on the road, for you to have a driver's license, you need to pass the physical and the mental test.
You don't yet?
No, listen. They give you several certain checkboxes that you check, but you want to fill out your listing. So unless you're lying on your paper that you're doing, and you're supposed to go for a driver's test actually.
All this kabu, they didn't even do.
You see, these kabu people hold. You see, this type of rule is the one that you don't need to bring the one and go to discipline down on them heavily. Because the problem in Nigeria always changes me. It's the same problem, it's in discipline. So what we're saying is that people need to wake up because good things thrive when bad things thrive when good people keep quiet.
Okay, can I say something about that? So we're talking about policies again. We're talking about things like driver's license and the processes to getting them. We don't have the process of mental health tests. We don't have psychological tests.
How do you think they do mental health tests?
Obviously, you see a psychologist. You
and
have
you
an
tell the
interview.
psychologist that this is what is going on.
No, that's not how it works. No,
mental
let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. Hold on. When you see a psychologist and you have an interview with them, they ask you random questions to kind of give them insight into how your mind works. And usually from things like that, they can now diagnose if this person is mentally fit to be on the road. But because we are not acknowledging the fact that there are mental health issues, we don't have those systems. So mad people will remain on the road because there are no policies. One, the policies are not acknowledging mental health issues and putting that in there. They're not.
I feel like we make excuse for a lot of things. There's nobody that is 100% happy.
So what's your final take? What's your final take?
So this my take, right? There's nobody that is okay 100% of the time.
Okay.
There are always going to be situations that will trouble you. There are going to be situations that will bring you down. There are situations that will raise you up. There are situations that at times you'll be happy. There's no there's
a time for everything.
But whatever happens, right, you should always comport yourself in such a way that your actions do not affect the other person's.
Okay.
Like
take responsibility.
Take responsibility of the actions and constrain yourself to do what is right at appropriate time, and that's
right. Thank you, Ngozi. What do you think?
Okay, so let me just say that we just need to look out for each other.
Okay.
Yeah, some of us just need just a little hug, and some of us are just okay. Some of us don't need somebody, just need someone to just talk to on some issues to correct one or two things. And Emeka, truly, bad behavior and madness is two different things. But I just think we should just look out for each other, and then you will know which is happening to that person at the particular point in time. So we just need to look out for each other.
That's a beautiful picture. May, what are your closing words?
I believe that mental health issues exist, and I think that they are unchecked. While people can be badly behaved, many times it's because of the mental health issues that are not being checked. We don't have institutions, we don't have professionals. There are no reports to begin with on these things. So there's no way you know that somebody isn't actually mentally unstable when they act out, right? And of course, while you put in systems that try to curb the typical criminal behavior and indiscipline. If my indiscipline is as a result of my mental health issue, then you have not solved the problem. So I think that more institutions, there should be more awareness, of course, and the stigma needs to like go away. People need to understand that it's okay to have mental issues sometimes, as long as they can be treated. And I think that we should have institutions and professionals that can tackle these problems. That's the only way we can get to move forward.
Thank you, everyone, for giving us your hot takes. I mean, Emeka is on the side of it's black or white. You know, these people need to face the wrath of the law. And Ngozi is saying that, well, we need to look out for, each other. Tinei is saying that we've not actually identified that we're actually having problems in the first place. So how can we even solve it? I'm sure you also have a take. Please comment. Tell us, what do you think? Nigerians, are they crazy, or is this a case of mental health? Please like, subscribe, and share with others who would also like to watch this. And please turn on your post notifications so when we drop another episode, you'll be the first to know. So this is where we'll be closing the curtains. Thank you, and see you next time.